Welcome to our third tutorial on how to interpret the Cronometer data that you created in Module 3. Last video, if you remember, we went over the template and how to complete each of the 4 columns here. Today we're going to look at the Cronometer data and help you know where to look to complete all of these 3 columns. The first one's going to be your daily target. The second one will be your percent daily value as well as the amount you consume for each. You'll be checking if you consumed over, under, or just about right. And then on the third column, you're going to be looking for foods that provided 10% or higher to this specific nutrient intake. Fourth column, you will be doing this without the use of the Cronometer. Really, you can use it for some suggestions, but typically we're going to get most of our information from the Cronometer for these 3 columns. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to the Cronometer. All right, we've got our diary here, as we remember. We're going to scroll down to the important stuff right here. Okay. So let's just look, we're going to start here at the top and help you understand what all this information means. First of all, energy is the same as calories. So we're going to see that this person consumed 1,215 calories. You don't have to use the decimals. So, or the 1,215 calories for that day. Okay. So that is the information you're going to include in column 2 will be the number of calories and the percent of your daily value. So this person didn't quite reach their goal of 100% of their calorie target. So they consumed 87%. Okay, so this is the information you'll find right here for column 2. The number of calories and the percent. For carbs, you would find you consume 215 grams at 103%. Now, the percent for most nutrients, vitamins and minerals, calories, are going to be 100%. Now, if you go a little bit over on your vitamins or your minerals, like your iron, your potassium, your fiber, those kind of things is fine. It's not a big issue if you go over. Now, if you go over in your fat, your saturated fat, your cholesterol, your sodium, that's not such a good thing. We want to keep those numbers under 100% because those are the things that affect our health. We do not want to have a lot of sodium in our diet. We don't want to intake a lot of fat because of our risk for heart disease. So just keep in mind, you do not want to try to increase your cholesterol. Okay? I have students sometimes try to say we're going to have butter and steak to increase your cholesterol. No. You never want to do that. The things you can go over, again, are your vitamin, mineral intake, your fiber intake, that's fine, because those are not going to be concerned unless you went, considerably over, which there's little notes on the template that will guide you for that. All right, so here we go. We've got the information for column 2. Now, back to column 1, we need to find out what our targets are. So let's go and to find your targets, click on the percent box. My target for this example is up from anywhere from 1393 for 1530 to 1532. So let's choose the maximum for calories. Okay? So that's my daily target, 1532. Down here are your top sources, and this is what you put in column 3. Anything that provided 10% or more will be recorded in column 3. The food name and the percent. The food name and the percent in column 3. Anything above 10% for each nutrient. All right, let's go back. And we're going to go to carbohydrate. We know we consume 215 grams and the percent daily value is 103. Click here. And our daily target is 209. Okay? And we're going to for the rest of them, other than the calories, we're going to go right here to the top. Again, here's your top sources. You would list all of these above, because anything above 10%, you need to, again, write it down. It won't let you copy and paste. Write it down on a piece of paper or split your screen and go back and forth and actually type the name of the food and the percent. All right, let's show another example. We've got column 2 covered here, 45 grams consumed, 129% daily value. Click. Your target is 35 grams a day. Your top sources for column 3, 10% above, are listed here. Write these down, type them into the box in column 3. No availability to copy and paste, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Another little tip I wanted to show you is if you're not sure, let's say, sorry these things are popping up for you, we want to increase our fiber. And we're not sure what, give us some ideas of how we do that. You just click on fiber, and it tells you some sources right here. Oops, I can't move it, but you'll see there the sources listed. All right, let's go back down here to, well, let's bounce over to iron. Let's say we're not sure what foods are high in iron, and this will be the information you'll be putting in column 4. So there you go. You could eat some strawberries. Will it help increase the absorption? But the sources themselves of iron would be liver, mushroom, mollusks, lima beans, and spinach. Okay. So again, potassium we're going to need to look at. There's some sources there. Let's look at our intake. We had 29 milligrams, which is really good. It's 112%, so that's awesome. You can have as much potassium as you need. There's not a problem, let's just say, if you have over. Click here. Here's your target for column 1, and here is your sources. The first 5 or 6 items here, you're going to type in column 3. Okay, so the only thing left is, remember when we calculated the amount of saturated fat in our diet, and we figured out what percent of the calories it was, and that was in our last video. So it's not going to give you the amount of saturated fat, a target per se, because, again, we really try to limit the intake, so there really isn't a target. We want to eat. The fewer we can eat, the better, and that is why we look at more in regards to percent of calories versus a daily target of grams for saturated fat. So again, we want to go under that 10%. So this really is not, really doesn't tell you a lot, because it's just saying that it provided 100%. So we are not going to have to include that in your template. Okay, so we're going to cancel this out. Okay, so again, to find out the information, you will click on the percent to find your targets. 31 grams is your intake, your maximum is 34. Here's your sources. All right, so again, remember that all the information you need on the template is provided right here, except for the percent of saturated fat from what percent of calories you consume from saturated fat. And that is a simple calculation that you'll find the directions on the top of your template, which we include in that column 2 for saturated fat. That concludes this video. Thank you for your attention.